So another little detail which we have to do before I finally do the eyes. Let's do this little birdie. Hello, thank you, Gabrielle. The little birdie, I don't really know what color I want to do him, but I'm feeling like he's going to be a little brown bird. I've been doing a lot of browns in this, and I think I'm going to stick with that. So that way her eyes kind of like stand out. But let's use, I'm going to sharpen this guy, and let's use a different color brown just to kind of differentiate a little bit between all the different tones. So I'm going to use this 1094 Sandbar Brown. If you remember, I did use that in the Antlers a little bit. So we're going to go on over and start with this little birdie here. And I'm just going to, I'm not sure exactly what colors I'm going to make him yet, but let's just start with his outer feathers. And I'm using the same technique as the ears, so I'm feathering my strokes, just putting a layer of color down. And now for the other bit of the birdie, what other brown do I want to use here? We've got sienna, no, that's a little too red. Bear with me, I'm just looking at my selection of browns I have hanging out here. What color? Oh, I kind of like this one. Oh, it's not really brown though, it's like orange. That's okay though. I'm also going to grab, just for a pop of color, this 1032 Pumpkin Orange. Let me just make sure though first before. Yeah. Okay, so for this little spot right under his beak, I'm just going to give a little pop of color, give him some color. I have no idea what kind of bird this is. It's just a made-up little birdie I drew. So he can be any color you want. There's no right or wrong. And this little crest I have at the top, I'm going to do that color too. So that way he kind of has a similar reddish tone for some of him. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to my dark brown. Bear with me while I find my pencil. Which one is it? I have quite a pile of pencils over here now, so it's harder to find the one I need. Where did that go? Huh. I don't see it. Alright, well, I don't see it, so I'm going to, I'll pivot then. I'll use the 1076 French Gray. I was going to use dark brown, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know where I put it. But that's okay, we've got this. I kind of like the gray, actually, so maybe it was good. And I'm going to use that right under that tuft. So we're just putting down base layers to kind of get a sense of what colors will go where. Like that. Thank you, Gabrielle. I may have already said that, I don't know. Okay. So we've got this guy and this guy. That one. Let's use, for the top area of the head here, I'm going to snag this 1059 10% cool gray. Just adding a base layer down. And I'm also going to do that for his belly. Like that, and then the underside. So he's a pretty neutral birdie. He's got just a pop of color. But I really want the focus to be the portrait. So I'm not going for a really fantastic looking bird, but you can make your birdie any color you want because that's the beauty. So I'm going to snag this 1074 70% French gray and just start adding some shadows and details. Now for these feathers, he's kind of a fluffy little bird, isn't he? So I'm just using the same fur technique that I used for the ears earlier. But since it's a different object, obviously we're going to work on it slightly different. But the directional strokes and the feathering of the way I touch the paper is exactly the same. Okay, yeah, I like that. Actually, to pull in some more color into the white of his belly, where is that I just used? Here it is. I'm going to snag this 936 slate gray. Let's put a little bit of color in his belly, just to kind of add a little bit of extra. And it doesn't have to be dramatic, but it does add a lot. Like that. And maybe actually at the very end too. Like that. Oh, he's so cute already. Little birdie. I'm gonna do that to his little cheeky area here. Sorry. Here we go. Back to it. So hopefully you didn't miss much. So we were working on this little birdie here. I'm going to swap. I was using the slate gray, but now I'm going to swap to the 1076 90% French gray. And just add some more detail and contrast. But I think this is turning out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. So much fun to color. All right. He's so cute. Oh my goodness, little birdie. Hello. Welcome to the page. He's been left to last almost. Poor little guy. All right. And then over to 1074 70% French gray. I'm just going to work in a little bit more here. Lots of directional strokes and layering make the feathers and or furry fuzzy stuff look really, really fuzzy. So that's the trick. Okay, his little tufted beardy thing and his thing needs a little extra, so I'm going to use the burnt ochre that I love, and we're going to just create some more depth with this. And same with the little crest at the top. Let's put in a little more color. And now move on over to the 90% French gray, and let's give some more contrast. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my white pencil, and we're going to just add a little bit more detail in the lightest areas. So again, just some directional strokes, and I need to do his beak too. And all this just makes it pop. Makes them come off the page. Cutie little bird. Oh, Maury, don't be terrified. Well, luckily I've recorded the entire session, all of my process, so you can just follow right along. No stress or worries, though. Coloring is all about having fun and just enjoying yourself. So don't worry too much. Don't stress yourself out. Okay, his little beak needs something, so I'm going to give him the same pumpkin orange, this is 1032, that I gave to the little crested area. And I'm pressing harder down lower and then lightening up my pressure as I go to the top. And for this little bottom beak, I'm really pressing pretty hard. And while I have this in my hand, I'm going to actually add a little bit more color to his little tufted bit up top. And also the bottom guy. A little extra. He's fluffy. Oh, I love World of Warcraft. I haven't played that game in a really, really long time. Would not be surprised if I was inspired subconsciously by that. Just fixing up a little spot here. Alright. So now I need to do her eyes. That's pretty much the only thing left in the foreground that needs doing. Oh, green or brown? Green or brown? I think I'm going to do green. Yeah, dryads. Yep. I don't think they looked exactly like this, but I think they were pretty similar. I don't remember though, that's been so long. I'm leaning towards green. Oh, Evie. Oh, that's the wrong one. My little girl. You getting all excited? Alright, I'm gonna do green eyes. I've decided. This is it. We're doing it. Abby! Oh my goodness. Okay, hey cutie. One moment, guys. I'm going to grab the kitty before she makes a disaster of my little workspace here. Hey cutie, hang tight with me. All right, got her in the lap now. Okay, so for the eyes, I do want to make them green, I think. But we're gonna make them sort of multicolored. Yeah, Abby girl, you the star of the show. Here, I'll show you guys. Let's take a little breather while I think. Let's see if I can get this out. Here you go. Maybe we should use Abby's eye color as a hint. Huh? Cutie. Do I have you guys with me? Sorry about that. I think I hit something when I clipped it back in. We're back. Sorry, technical difficulties. All right. Okay. So, yeah, maybe we'll do green eyes like Abby. So let's see here. I'll grab this color. Let's look at her eyes. You've got a little bit of yellow in them too. Oh, Abby is so funny, isn't she? She's so sweet and she's supposed to be on camera. Abs. Okay, so I'm just sharpening some pencils. I do like, since it is a small little spot for the eyes, I do like them to be sharp. So I'm just getting them ready for you. Let's do a little moss green too. What do you think, Ab? And I don't want to give too much away, but Abby actually appears twice in my book, not just once. It's just that you guys haven't seen that second page yet. Okay, so I have several different greens here. I'll call them out as I use them. I don't know if I'll use them all. Yeah, she's a sweetie. You cutie, you snuggled with me now. Okay, so we've got here 1070, or 1097 rather. This is moss green. And I'm just going to start at first with just right below the lash line. And then also going around the edges of the iris with this color. And I'm going to do the same to the other. Okay. Next up, let's see, which one do I want? I'm going to use this 908 dark green. And just from the center of the pupil, just do a little starburst. Now I'm avoiding that little dot there. That's going to be the shiny spot. I'm going to put white there, so I'm just going to avoid it. So let's see if you guys... So this is where we're at so far. I did the outline and a little starburst. Let me fix up this though real quick. Okay. And now I'm going to grab this color here. It's 1021 Jade Green. And now coming from the outside, I'm going to just sort of do some starbursty type strokes. So coming out from the center. But on the outside of the eye a little bit. And now I'm going to swap over to 109. This is Prussian green. And now you can see here we have pretty much everything filled in. But from the outside, I'm going to flick inward and create more of those little lines. Like that. like so. So you can see now we're starting to get some texture in there with her eyes. And now, where's the other color? I will take this one here. I might have to sharpen it, sorry. Yep, I need to sharpen it. One moment. I like to use a lot of different colors for the eyes. I feel like it really gives them life. So now for the other color I'm going to use, I'm going to grab this 120 Sap Green Light. And now just at the very bottom, just again using that starburst technique of just kind of blending it in. Kind of give it a little more color there. And now I'm going to go back over to the Prussian green. This is 109. And on the top, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm not going to do this on the bottom. I'm just going to stick to the top underneath the lash line where it'll be darker. Like that. Maybe a little bit more right there. Like that. Thanks, Maury. Let's see. So this is where she's at right now. Now I do want to create some more contrast with her eyes, again, to give it some more life. So I'm going to actually grab my Micron pen. So this is the Micron Archival. This is like one of those nice pens that I use to draw with sometimes. This is the, this is the 05. Sorry, I wanted the 005. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Missed a 0 there with that. So whoops. I'm going to use the very smallest one. So let me just show you guys. This line is so small. It's really teeny tiny. But I'm going to get in there and I'm going to put this over the black of the iris just to really blacken up that, the pupil rather, just to blacken up that pupil and make it pop. Give it even more depth. Like so. And then I'm going to use that starburst method just on the top. So at the very top of the eye, I don't put it on the bottom, but where all that dark stuff is, I just want the little starburst pattern to really stand out. And then I'm also going to use this pen to darken up just the edge of the lash line here. And on the other eye. Like that. Thank you. Yeah, just that, oh wait, hold on. Just that little bit of black adds so much depth. And maybe right here too. Happy girl. Cutie. Sorry, the kitty is really cute. Okay. So, now that I've done that, let me add, I like to add a little bit of pink to the whites of her eyes. And if you recall yesterday, I did do some of the white already. But I do want to add a little bit of peach to the white of the eye, just to kind of give it more life. So I'm going to snag this 1013 Deco Peach. This is the peach we were using earlier. And right near that pink part of the eye, right next to it, I'm going to add a little bit of pink tone. And this is really subtle, but it does add a little something. And then also at the other corners, so right here, And I'm pressing fairly hard because this is a very subtle color. Like that. And let's add a little bit more to the little corner of her eye. So I'm going to grab this 1031 henna and just really get in there. Kind of add a little extra pink. Right to there. Okay. And now looking at it overall, I do want to add a little depth under the lash line. So I'm going to use 1076. This is the 90% French gray. And what I'm going to do is actually create some shadows, some cast shadows. So I'm actually going to put some downward strokes right near the lash line. Like that. So you can see, here's her eyes. And put it now. I do want to add a little bit more depth to her upper eyelid. Where's that? I'm like losing my pencils. Where'd it go? Here it is. Wish I could find my dark brown though. I don't know where I put that. Okay, I'm gonna sharpen this anyway. I must be going batty. It's the end of the session. Okay, I'm gonna grab my burnt ochre here and just gently at the very crease of her eyelid here, I'm just gonna add a little bit more depth. Now that I'm seeing it all together. Like that. Okay, so let's see here how we're looking. She's pretty much there. At this point, I would just do some final finishing details, like this kind of stuff where I'm just smoothing out little areas that might need it. But I think she's pretty done. Thank you. Actually, let me put this burnt ochre right here at the corner. That's a little better. And right here. The whites of the eyes aren't always white. They're not, actually, they're never perfectly white. Alright, for a final finishing detail, I do want to grab my white gel pen wherever I put it. Where'd I put that thing? Here we go. And that little dot of the eye, here we go. We'll just get a sparkle of white. Oh, I'm gonna clean that off. Like that. And I'm also going to put a little bit of this right here, just a tiny bit. Kind of make her feel shinier. And then I'm also going to put this right on that little sparkly spot on her lip. Like that. So here, I'll show you. So there's her little highlights there. And actually, let me smooth out. There's one little spot under her nose that's bothering me. So I'm going to grab this here. This is 1090 Seashell Pink. just smooth that out. There we go. Oh, I forgot her eyebrows. How did I forget her eyebrows? Oh my goodness. My bad. Okay. I'm gonna grab this 943 burnt ochre. Oh my goodness. How did I forget? So I'm just gonna put a base layer of the burnt ochre so it ties into her hair color. Oh my goodness, eyebrows. Can't believe I forgot. So I'm using that same feather technique that I use for fur. Do you? Well, that's good. I didn't do it on purpose. I just forgot. It's okay. At least I didn't forget totally. At least I saw it before we went off. All right. And now I'm going to grab a darker color. I would use dark brown, but I can't find my dark brown, so I'm going to snag this 1076 French Gray, which I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll find out. It's better than black. I would probably never use black unless they actually have black hair. Okay, so I sharpened it so that it's really, really sharp. And now I'm just going through and doing just the bottom. My phone. Okay, there we go. So, you guys just missed me filling in the last little bit of her eyebrows there, but no big deal. Looks like we are finished here. I will post the finished picture. So what I'll do for the background is I'm just going to do a soft green. I'll probably use a combination of the greens that we used for her eyes, but probably mostly these two. So Jade Green, which is 1021, and Sap Green Light, which is 120. But I am starving. I haven't eaten anything all day, and we're almost bordering on 4 hours here with this, so I've got to go. But I'm just going to do a really soft background just to kind of give her a little bit of context. But otherwise, I think she's pretty much there. So thank you guys for watching. I really loved doing this with you. I'm so happy about how she turned out, and I'm glad that I tested this paper. This paper is amazing. It's really thick. It's not the drawing paper. This is the mixed media paper. So if you love drawing on tone tan, then you're going to absolutely adore this paper. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll be doing some more tutorials both on the white paper and the tone tan. So if you're looking for skin tutorials, then you definitely want to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be doing a whole lot more videos. I'm super excited about my new book, and I really want to be coloring in it. So I'm going to do it on camera because I get so many requests all the time for you guys to show you how to do skin tones. So I'm really happy to do that for you. I'm really excited. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful, magical time coloring.